Hey, welcome back everybody. Aesop Grim here, and this is the continuation of our Endless Space 2, Chronicle number 2, where we're playing the tutorial. So I had to adjust my mic a little bit, make sure that I was turned up. And their load screens are pretty awesome, huh? I don't know if you would call this a load screen. This is not a load screen, a splash screen maybe. But we will load right there, and we will start the countdown timer. I've thoroughly enjoyed this game, and I'm really looking forward to learning how to play it at a higher level. All right, here we are discovering the Serpent's system. Where were you going, sir? You were going into the Heka district. And you, I don't know what you are. First Fleet. You are a patrol ship. Yeah, but don't I have another patrol ship out here? I thought that I had this one set to discover anomalies. Oh yeah, he's on his way. Okay. Alright, so actually what I want to do is I want to click this and let everybody make their moves. Oh, maybe he was the only one that was left that had not moved yet. Okay. Everybody has moved, so we will move to turn 24. Survival suits will be done in 4 turns. Now 3 turns. Okay, Hidden Rebellion Part 1. I'm going to read it again. I know we did this last time, but with this kind of game, I like to go ahead and read the inputs. It's like a knife through your heart. You joke, Hadri, you say, knowing the Sheridan never jokes. He shakes his head. The weapon signature leaves no doubts. You stare out at the starfield, anger growing. A United Empire fleet fired upon by a fellow UE vessel of obsolete design. How old? 25 solar cycles at least, Your Imperial Majesty. We think there must be an outpost out there somewhere. The knife twists. This is no reactionary rebellion. This is something fomented decades ago, meticulously planned, kept hidden with a military-like focus. Few would possess the courage, the resources, the sheer iron will to see through such an undertaking. Who would do such a thing? You thought the uprisings were a thing of the past, crushed forever when you disposed of Duke Anatov, and finally united the Empire all those years ago. Your heart chills. Could Lena, bitter, ungrateful Lena, have hatched such a diabolical plot? Or maybe it was Hadri, so-called First Protector Hadrilenko, so near and yet so far from the seat of power. Or perhaps it was Petra Mandzukic. I always have a hard time saying her name. I assume it's a her. I'm not for sure. Oh yeah, there. She who could trace her line to the great Mizari clans who lusted over a greater power. No. This way lies madness. They are loyal subjects. I will find the perpetrator. Slowly. Methodically. You cling to the thought, a lifeline in an ocean of dark musings. Hadri coughs. What is your command, Your Imperial Majesty? Okay, well, last time I went with Intimidate, and I want to stick with this one. If you watched the last episode, you kind of know my reasoning in deciding between these 3, and I want to see how this works out. Punisher drives. Now that I know how to colonize within systems that I already own, it gives me a better chance of learning that. So I will confirm. We need to reach 800 manpower capacity in our empire. The moral response, the effective response, is to turn to violence, or at least its threat. We will grow our glorious armies, march across the stars, and the enemy will know we come for them. Okay. Click done. Elsewise, we can click right here and make sure everybody's building something, and that they are. Then right-click to get out of that, and we can click this to get all of our ships to move. New minor civilization discovered, the Epistis. and we will start negotiations with them. You can read this stuff right here if you want. We covered this in the last episode. We know that this is a warmongering race, and we will praise them. Okay, so where are we at now? One turn out from getting into Heka. 3 turns away from our destination over there. And we found a new system, the system of Dill. This is where the Epistes are. Dill 1 is a medium monsoon, and it's colonized with the Epistes. Dill 2 is a medium forest. Unavailable because of subterranean curiosity. That would normally be colonizable. Dill 3 is a medium steppes. Dill 4, a large Arctic. We have an anomaly that we can check. Expedition is successful. We found Hyperium. And now, I think I will move this way. Okay. End turn and push to turn 25. Oh, our hero leveled up. Story of your hero. Over time, the experience of leading vast fleets or great systems means that your heroes become more able and level up. Via their skill tree, you can then assign the earned skill point and make them even more capable. We will assign... I was actually thinking this was pretty good, but I need the dust. So I'm going to go Persons of Means again and get that dust up front. For each level up, your hero will earn an extra skill point to be spent on improving existing skills or unlocking entirely new ones. Each hero starts with a unique profile of bonuses, but these can be enhanced greatly through the unlocked skills. A third of the skills available are common to all heroes, while the other 2/3 are determined by the hero's class and faction. Assign your heroes carefully to fleets or systems to maximize their effectiveness. Heroes gain experience every turn, whether assigned or not, but earn much more when assigned. For heroes assigned as fleet admirals, get into scraps or use fleet actions to boost XP, while for system governors, get building. So it seems to me like it's actually easier to level up system governors, because you should always be building. I guess the green level here is the generic skill, and these 2 fields are specific to whatever hero you have. Alright, so I'm getting +5 dust on sterile system. No, every sterile planet in a system, and +5 dust on systems in general, +5 industry on systems in general. And we completed intensive cultivation. We're now moving on to cerebral reality to continue boosting up that dust production. Remember at the end of last episode, we were ranked dead last again in dust production. So I'm trying to improve that. Hey, we found the academy. The system where the academy is located has been discovered. Accomplished heroes from many races will soon begin appearing in your empire. Open the hero management screen to learn more. The academy has been discovered in the Laran system. Famous as the center of training for all heroes, you hear that it is run by a Vidyani dissident and a few of his followers called Pathfinders. Alright. Another empire has discovered the location of the academy. This quest is no longer relevant. Even though the objective has been fulfilled, your participation is... So we were the last ones to find it. Again. Alright, well, what are you gonna do? got Harrow here. It's a unique planet. It's destroyed, and that's where the Academy, I guess, orbits around it. Laron 1 is a tiny snow planet. Permanent monsoon anomaly. Laron 3 is a huge barren planet. Laron 4, huge gas, frozen. Okay. And we have some anomalies here to check. Okay, over here, we should be able to move into this system. No, 0 of 6 movement points. Is it really telling me it's going to take me 7 turns to get into here? That's ridiculous. Why didn't you go this way if that was the case? Holy smokes. 9 turns to get there. Oh, that's wow. I could probably make a colonist right here and get there going this route well before you arrived. I don't understand why that would have happened. That seems like a terrible, terrible use of resources. Or abuse of resources. Like the captain of this vessel made a really awful mistake. Maybe I'm... Yeah, okay, that was not correct. Academy power increased. The power of the Academy has reached level 2. Heroes will start at this level when recruited. The approval level in your system, Primus, has changed. Nice. We also gained a population of Yusho. Where at? And Ducey. And we completed drone networks in Primus. Now we're working on Xeno industrial infrastructure. All right. Where was it? Let's see. This is what shows us what we have. So drone networks. I guess things are working better here. Oh, look, we can colonize this planet right here. We better put that up there. 27 turns. How are we doing on production? Yeah, we're bad on... Let's maybe bounce this up. And move this up. And there we go. Alright, is there anything else that we can do that to? Inhospitable, inhospitable. Alright. Over here, our colony ship can colonize the large savanna, which is what I want. Okay, now we're going to have 2 colonies working and planets that are developing, existing planets that we already have colonies on. And I'm curious to see how that affects. Is there going to be a significant draw on resources from our empire because of that? Solo quest complete, a new Hoche. New Hoche, they call it, though none of the new colony's inhabitants have ever reported another sighting of the ghostly ship. It is said that Hoche perished aboard her lost airship, mourning the death of her mate and waiting for the gods to come and transform Kairos back into the paradise it once was. Perhaps, so many years after Hoche and the fall of the Endless, the gods have finally come. I laughed about this in the last one also because it sure sounds like we're calling ourselves the gods, right? We're referencing ourselves here. Create an outpost on the planet Heka 3 or colonize its system. The reward is an obelisk of remembrance, which is a unique system improvement. It can only be built once per empire, so I need to find a place that has multiple temporal planets. temperate, not temporal. The approval level can change for a number of reasons: planet colonizations, political changes, overpopulation, constructions. Systems with high approval ratings will enjoy increased food and influence production, while those with low ratings will suffer the reverse. I need to check Primus. I need to check Primus and see if we got a positive approval change or a negative. When I saw the thumbs up sign, my mind registered that as being a positive. I assumed it was positive. Also, note that the weighted average of the approval levels on your individual systems impacts the production of dust and science. Hover the cursor over the approval information for more data on the influencing factors. Okay, that's good to know. In the meantime, this, not temperate. Here's 1 temperate, 2 temperate. Well, 3 out of the 4 planets in this sector are temperate, so we may build it here. We might. Over here, temperate, only 1 out of 3. Approval here is 48%. -10 from the event call a spaceman a spaceman. Alright. And then up here, temperate. Okay, so heck is where we're going to put that obelisk. 48% must be... Well, it says system approval. So it's looking the same as Doucet. Alright. Move up here. Primus. Slingshot. Your fleet enters the system Quarius and has barely slowed from supralight speed when a belt of rocks circling one of the planets starts to peel off and head towards you on a carefully calibrated collision course. With your current inertia and momentum, unfortunately, a course change is impossible. Last time I took Destroy. Let's try Study this time. -20% fleet health on Garrison First Vanquisher's Navy. Study the effect, which will leave your fleet vulnerable but may provide later benefits. You can minimize, you're just kind of in my way. We're on our way to there. And then over here, we can enter this system and check this anomaly. Yeah. And we found ruins, which gave us +20 Hyperium. Alright, now we have to wait for probe production. I don't want to wait. My other explorer ship is what will take care of that. We need to be moving. Gotta head over here. Alright, the seal of approval. Oh yeah, Doucet. Doucet said it had experienced a change in approval. Oh yeah, they're at 36% now. -4 from planet. Which planet? Is it this one? Yeah. Why are you guys upset? Oh, it won't really show us. Anomaly of acid rain. Maybe because it's not a perfect Terran planet. Missing technology to take care of this anomaly. That's what it is. It's the acid rain anomaly. There it is. -2 industry per population and -4 influence per population. Naturally occurring sulfur fumaroles, I don't know if I'm saying that right, fumaroles cause highly acidic rain on this planet. This places heavy constraints on architecture and transport, as well as creating a disagreeable atmosphere for the locals. This planetary anomaly has a detrimental effect on the planet, although this negative effect may later be reduced by researching new technologies. Cool. So we know how to do that. I feel great about that too. Whenever I kind of learn a game well enough to intuitively start being able to search and try and chase down why something is happening, and I get it right, then I usually that's a good feeling for me. That means I don't know, it's going to sound very cybernetic to you guys, but the word that comes to mind is it means I'm interfacing with the game well. What I mean is that my intuitive grasp of maybe where to guess best at looking is starting to come online, because my familiarization is improving. All right, level 27. We cyborgs up in here. Research complete. Survival suits. Excellent. Okay, what do we need to do next? We need to get into tier 2, and I'm going to favor this branch right over here. You know what? What I'm actually going to do is I want xenology. Look at what this does. You get a building. Well, where is it? This is the Academy Embassy. Maybe I'm thinking about this one. Man, I could have sworn there was a building over here that gave like plus 40 influence. Am I looking in the wrong place? Let me be careful about this. Cost, political impact, status, effects. 80% points required to unlock next hero on Empire. Can only be built once per Empire. Enables unlock of new heroes. And you can build the Spin Project, which is a planetary specialization. And that's right here, I think. No? Here. +1 influence per population. This might be the one that showed plus 40 because it's per population. All right, but to get there, I have to first go through this. Am I wanting to... Well, tell you what, I haven't produced an influence improving thing yet. I've done agriculture. So it's almost like there are 8 trees. It's like 2 per quadrant that go down different kinds of things. So I picked up the agriculture. Now I want to get off-world agribusiness. This is going to give plus 10 approval on systems via the infinite supermarkets. And the religious faction is going to appreciate this kind of stuff. Is it going to stay that way? Yeah. So influence is working through the religious side of things. That kind of makes sense. I don't know. I think we kind of get boxed into how to think about this, and we think of religion only in terms of the sacrosanct. Cathedrals and stuff like that. Really, if you can break yourself away from the archetypical term of religion, what you're looking at is belief systems. So humanism is just as religious as anything else. There are people out there that are radical activists. They have a religion. Their belief system, their worldview, it works in religious ways. There are things happening right now where certain factions that hold what I think could be construed as very strong or maybe even radical belief structures I'm not going to go too much into this because it gets really political. But so I'm not gonna narrow that down anymore. But if you look at how their group works, there is an orthodoxy to it. There's and there's heretical stuff. There's things that you just cannot say, or you will be cast out of that group and shunned forever, or you'll be burned at the stake, or you'll be canceled. Those all work exactly like religion. And so actually the way to think about it is cult. And if you go back and you look up the word cult, you'll find that the original meaning isn't really the negative connotation that we're thinking of now. It has more to do with this general belief and worldview that I'm talking about. So you could see how an authoritarian empire like this that makes use of strong propaganda that brainwashes its citizenry into thinking, super patriot and stuff like that. If you don't do X, Y, and Z, then you're not a good patriot, right? Or you're not a good global citizen. Or, whatever it is. However, whatever lingo and rhetoric your little community uses to use peer pressure to make people act in a certain way. We've seen this throughout history. World War II, the baddies, they used it. Just a little bit east of them, up there in Russia, they used it. This stuff has been used before, where you use propaganda and rhetoric, and you have a right think and a wrong think. All of that is religious in nature, and that's how you control people. Right, so I could see that just makes sense to me. That actually makes a lot of sense. All right, well, we've picked what we're going to research. That's going to be done in 4 turns. And we have a lot of stuff to go through here. Technology stage unlocked in the military quadrant, so we're at tech stage 2 now. Diplomatic relation has changed with the nearest. We're now cordial. They're providing us with a small portion of their resources, and we can repair and retrofit ships on their system. Slingshot Part 2. Your fleet enters an unknown system and has barely slowed from super light speed. Here we go. Focusing on scientific investigation. You studied the system and its effects to gain an industry bonus, but doing so puts you in harm's way. Your fleet is damaged but survives. The secret of the sophisticated magnetics and guidance systems will prove worthwhile in your own industries. Science pays. Your fleet is damaged but survives. Plus 15 industry on colonies on Empire for 10 turns, and it increases the industrialist political ideology for 20 turns. That was pretty good for us. A new event, Mind Matters. A brilliant inventor from the Doucet system has created a wondrous piece of technology. A neural device that allows one to temporarily control the thoughts and actions of another. Oh man, our empire would love this. Unfortunately, the inventor only created one, and he apparently passed away shortly after testing it for the first time. Oh man. Is this thing fatal then? There is a bit of a hullabaloo over what to do with the device now. Should we destroy it? We would get plus 10 approval on System Doucet, which we do need to counteract the -4 there. It increases the ecologist political ideology. Or should we confiscate it? Plus 100% experience gains on heroes on System Doucet, and increases the militarist political ideology. Yeah, we're going to confiscate it. That technology is so potent should be put to good use, not destroyed. As long as powerful technology stays in the hands of the trustworthy, it's acceptable, right? Raffle. That's true. Yeah. We want huge government because we can elect good and noble people. All right, confirm. Oh boy. Victory. Without even a single weapon fired in anger, balking at the buildup of your military forces, the rebels surrendered their fleet. Although their ships were too archaic to be useful, they had developed an interesting new technology. The biggest shock, however, was the identity of the rebel leader. Your sister, Lena, wasn't blessed with only one child, Victoria. She had another, an identical twin, Julinka. All right, well, we get Punisher drives. Building on Rebel insights into engine power management algorithms, all fleets, existing and future, will enjoy increased weapons damage as additional energy is diverted to weapon systems at the point of firing. Plus 10% damage on ships. All right, we're done with that. Julinka, the traitor, refuses to speak. She is too young to be the true mastermind behind the rebellion, but of that individual's identity there is no clue. You will not sanction any violence against your sister's blood, so she languishes in solitary confinement in the deepest depths of your Inquisitor's redoubt. Lena claims to have never laid eyes upon the girl, claims she must have been rustled away at birth and raised by those who plotted against the Empire. Of her twin, Victoria, there is no sign, the girl going to ground as soon as she heard news she wasn't a lone child. Out of shock or something more you do not know, you need time to untangle this dark web. Man, this is very Romanesque in its politics. You know, the Roman Empire was really knifey. There was a lot of murdering going on, and so you can tell the climate of this empire because Victoria, as soon as she heard that she had a twin sister, knew right away, given the context of having found rebels and stuff, that was really bad for her, and that the authorities were not going to be good to her over that. They were going to try and squeeze blood out of a stone there and get whatever info they could, even if she didn't know anything. And so she disappeared. That's the kind of climate that this empire has produced. The rebellion might be no more, but the fact it ever existed in the first place haunts your days and disturbs your nights. Who can you really trust? Every day you grow a little older, get a little closer to the day you will no longer be able to lead this great empire. You decide now is the time to name the emperor-elect and consolidate your power while you still hold it. The three candidates are obvious. First Protector Hadri Linko, stalwart bodyguard for so many years, and a hero among the Empire Hawks. Lena Zalevas, your own flesh and blood sister, a woman who, despite her smoldering anger, would make an iron leader, and keep a Zalevas on the throne. Or should it be Petra Mandzukic, the brilliant head of advanced research, a woman who'd pioneered several chilling technologies that had transformed your army's fortunes? Somebody who could grasp the opportunities of this new starfaring era. The choice is not easy. Peace of mind is hard to find. Until you learn the identity of the rebellion ringleader, though, you will have no real peace. It could be one of them, but choose you must. Okay, last time I went with Lena, and I'm going to stick with it because I want to see how it plays out. So, confirm. We have to produce at least 150 dust per turn. In our empire, we're probably a long ways from that. I forgot about that. I might have gone with the other one, because I'm not good at this right now as a player. All right, what else do we have? We have produced Imperials on Primus. We completed Cerebral Reality and are now working on Infinite Supermarkets in Doucet. And research is complete on the survival suits. And we are currently researching ubiquitous surveillance. Everyone's safer when nobody has any secrets, right? Well, that's what big tech thinks. Every part of the world is awash with data capture devices, from nano cameras to eavesdropping flies to chemical sniffers, not to mention digital trawlers. This is the police state. Oh my goodness. System improvement, big data shipyards. Improved recruiting would be a support module. Okay, let's save it. Oh, this game's fun, man. And exit to desktop. Oh, and again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thanks for coming by the channel, and I will see you in the next episode where this story continues.